So I did a thing. Hey, it's Grace. Welcome back. Welcome back. No, not going there. Anyway, and welcome if you are new. So yeah, I kind of did a thing. I bought more pens. Now, I did say pens, as in plural pens. Hold on. Don't get your knickers all in a twist, because you are a pen enthusiast just like me, so I know you understand. Anyway, let me give you the whole picture, the full picture of what's happening. So, because of an experience I had in August, I started to think, what if I did an experiment? What if I did a whole month of experimenting with other pens in the line to test things out a bit? And that's exactly what I did. I kind of bought some pens. And the even better thing about this is, because these pens are so inexpensive, just really inexpensive, it didn't put a ding in the pen budget, which is like, yes, thank you very much, in any big way. So it started in August when I kept hearing about these pens for the 2 months previously, and I kind of jumped at it. I jumped in and bought myself a set. And yes, I said set, Jinhao. In particular, the Jinhao 82, because the Amazon offered them in a set of 3. And so I thought, hey, why not? And one of the reasons for buying the pens, and you may have heard this already, is because I really want to test out mixing inks. And I've been testing, but I haven't put them in inks, pens just yet. But I want to test out mixing inks. And from the research I read, the pigment particles in the mixing in inks could possibly ruin a good nib. And so I thought, let me get really inexpensive pens. But so far, I love writing with these pens. I love writing with them so much so that I'll put a card in there. My September currently inked. I used 2 of them. Yeah. What can I say? So now, my choices for these pens, the ones I chose for October, it's not scientific in any way or research-based in any way, not in the least. I just wanted to try a different selection of pens and nibs in that line, in the Jinhao line. So I have a couple of fine nibs. I have a couple of medium nibs. I decided to go with an extra fine. I think this might be my first extra fine or second. I can't remember which one. And then I actually tried something that I didn't know that they offered. I tried a I tried a fude or a bent nib. And I'm excited to try it all. And by the way, I reserve the right to not use any of them, to stop using them if I'm not having fun. I'm looking at you, fude. I'm looking at you. Anyway, let's get to the overhead so you can see, so you can meet the currently inked Jinhao pens for October. Let's go. Okay, before I begin, I want to clarify something I read on a Reddit fountain pen board about Jinhao pens, or as it's more widely known as a knockoff brand. I'm going to read it exactly as it says. Some people use knockoff pens to get a better understanding of the weight and or feel of their original counterparts before committing to a real purchase. Others simply cannot afford brand names, and knockoffs offer a way to acquire them without hurting the wallet. And some people just like a good knockoff. I did none of this. These pens were inexpensive enough that I could try this as an experiment only, totally as an experiment. We'll see which ones I like, which ones I don't. And here are the pens. Here are the pens I purchased. 6 pens are here. Originally, this was going to be 7. Well, it's going to be 7, but I'll tell you about what happened with the 7 pen. So the first up is the Jinhao 9019 with an extra fine nib. This thing is gigantic. This is the first, oh my God, can I hold it kind of pen that I have. So this is the Jinhao 9019, and this is the Daideo series. in transparent wine red acrylic with gold trim. That's what it is. Demonstrator pen, I think that's what it's called. This pen is freaking large. It has a stainless steel number 8 nib. I'm just so amazed by this. The size of that nib. Look, I'm so amazed by this. Anyway, but it also has an extra large screw-in converter. And I'll put the image of that here so you guys can see. I have never encountered something like this before. So with this screw-in converter, it has a larger ink capacity for this particular pen. And I forgot to get how much the ink the converter holds. Let's get to writing with this, shall we? Alrighty. So this is the Jinhao 9019 extra fine, and it's not reading like an extra fine to me. It's reading more in between a fine and a medium, maybe. This pen, let's see what the color of the ink is. I got this sample of Ferris Wheel Press 3 to a box. So this is the one I'm using. This is the double raspberry. Alrighty. This pen retails for about 14 USD. I'm only going to quote US dollars for this because obviously it is similar to the Davinci Emperor Urushi, which I've never heard of, but I am going to be looking up. And that pen, the Davinci Emperor, it retails for $2,100. I'm okay with this one right now. I'm just okay with this one. I have never been a person to match ink to the pen. This is my first time intentionally matching ink to the pen. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And I've also not written with an extra fine nib. I find the color just is it's too little for me. I want to see more color from the ink. So this one, I believe it's the first in my collection, this extra fine nib. Let's go to, I'm actually keen to see how I like writing with this pen. You know, I need to do my regular swatch thing down here. Wow, this is coming out so light. Alrighty. That's that one. It's really pretty, and it's to me it's not reading really when I think of raspberry I think of a deep color, but maybe raspberry isn't a deep color. Maybe not. Next pen up is this one. This is the Jinhao 100. This has a medium nib, and this one is called Snow White with Silver Clip. I have this thing with white pens at the moment that I saw this and I'm like, I have to have it. The thing with this is I didn't realize that I had bought 2 Jinhao 100s. I'll show you the next one in a minute. This is inked up in, what is it inked up in? I think it's inked up in Robert Oster Brandy. We'll see in a minute. This pen is the 100th anniversary pen for Jinhao. And it is an 18 karat gold-plated iridium nib. Now, I gotta tell you something about iridium nib. Let me just write this down. To me, these two are writing the same. I need to check that nib on the Jinhao 9019. Maybe I wrote the wrong thing, or think I wrote the wrong thing. Anyway, and this is the Robert Oster brandy. Now, what I found out about iridium, and I found out from one of the people who commented on, I mentioned iridium before, and one of the people who commented is a mother-daughter duo. I think it's so cool. And they are Fountain Pen Insanity 3344. And she described it to me as, the nib is described as iridium, but it's not really, at least not anymore. It's still a steel nib, and the tip is made from a combination of alloys, sometimes not actually including iridium at all. So no more modern nibs use iridium tipping. There's a tip on the end. When they say iridium, I've found out now, is standard for the hard material used to tip the end of a nib. You know, like just like Kleenex is, for us in the US, is synonymous with facial tissues. Iridium is synonymous with the hardness of the alloys at the tip. That's all it is. So I love finding out new pen stuff. So thank you, Sarah and Eve, for sharing that information with me. Let's get to doing a little bit of this. And this this pen has the standard Jinhao converter. And this one retails for around 20 USD. I love this. I absolutely love this color. So it goes down so pretty. Beautiful color. And this pen actually pays homage, because if it's a knockoff, it pays homage. And not all the pens in my collection are a knockoff of something. I've been trying to research some of them. So if you find out, if I say it and you find out it is a knockoff of something, let me know. But this one pays homage to Parker Duofold Centennial, which that pen retails for about $460 to $660 US dollars. Interesting, but I love that pen. I love the pen. That is really good. Let's get to the next one. And I think I'm really going to enjoy writing with this one. It is almost like this is what I want yellows to look like, but alas, no. Alas, no. Alrighty, this one is, let me shake this one before, because it has a shimmy pen in it. This one is the second Jinhao 100 Classic. It is the fude nib, that bent nib. This is my first I'm experiencing. This one is called the Peacock Blue Celluloid with a fude calligraphy nib. It is inked up in, which one is it? Robert Oster Green Lady Shimmer. That's what it's called. And I actually want to see, that's why I was shaking up in the beginning, because I really want to see how fascinated with writing with a fude nib. The fude nib, if you're not familiar with it, I don't know, how can you see how the tip is bent up? Let's see what you do. Oh, okay. I don't even know if I'm writing with this the right way. Oh. It's very thick. Whoa. And this one, I'm going to put the word classic. And it's a fude nib. I'm hoping as this dries that we get to see some of the shimmy. It is a regular Jinhao converter, and it retails for about 22 US dollars. So this ink is the Robert Oster Green Lady Shimmy. I'm going to watch how I write with this because, as you can see, somewhere right there, it all blends in. We will see, we will see, we will see. Let's get a small swatch of this. Oh, let me shake this up first. I really, really want to be able to see the shimmy, the shimmers rather, not the shimmy. Alrighty, let's see. Hopefully that glob will give me a little bit of shimmy. Alrighty. It's a really beautiful green. Beautiful green. Alrighty, so that is the Jinhao 100 Classic Fude nib. The next one is inked up in one of my favorite inks. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But this pen is the Jinhao. This is so freaking heavy. Oh my God, the difference between these first three pens and this one. This is the Jinhao X450. It's a medium nib in gray marble. And it has the others, you notice I don't know if you realize that the others were screw-on nibs. This particular one is a snap-off nib. Does it post? I don't know if it posts. It feels a bit short there. Let me see if it, do you post nicely? Not really. We're going to have to deal with the short. This is the gray marble body, which is it's nice enough, and it has an 18 karat gold plated nib, number 6, I believe it is. It's really actually a pretty nib. I don't know. Anyway, this really. Oh no, it's not coming off. Well, that's not nice. Let's see if I can push some of that ink up. Oops. No, it's not coming off. We will let you do some drainage. I'll do that. We will do something else. Come back to that one. This one is, and I really got this one for the print on it. This is the Birds and Winter Sweet painting on it. This one is the Jinhao 8802 with a fine nib. This one is also very weighty. Wow. Okay. And it's a snap-off cap. This is inked up in the Robert Oster Detox. And I love this color. So this is the Jinhao. You notice how I avoided that? Jinhao 8802 with a fine nib. And it's inked up in, this is a, these three, is it these three? These three, yes, these three were part of the September ink flight, the ink journal ink flight. So we have Robert Oster Detox, and I want to read what the description for this ink is. The inks were a quote-unquote drinks flight, which was so cool. That's a nice writing pen, by the way. Oh, I love a snap on a pen. I'm going to read how they described this ink, which is, as you can see, is an olivey, almost like an army green color. The way they describe this ink is, for the morning after, this blend of deep green looks like a veggie-laden. My goodness gracious, let's start that over. For the morning after, this blend of deep green looks like a veggie-laden hangover remedy. And in the bottle, in the vial, it definitely looks like that. But thankfully, it is really nice. It is very nice on the paper. Let's do a swatch of that one. shall we? All right. I just love that color. I love bright colors, but I don't know, there's something about that color that just, oh, so sweet. Okay, whilst that other pen, the gray marble, the Jinhao, what is it? The Jinhao X450 is trying to get its ink to come forward, I will go to this next one. This is the Jinhao 82. This has become one of my favorite pens to use. It's just magical. It has a medium nib in it. And I've been using the Jinhao 82s for the last month. It has a number 5 nib, Jinhao nib and converter. And these pens retail for about $10 US. I purchased in a 3-pack for 20, but if you get them singly, they're about 10. Alrighty, let's do this. And I inked this one up in this one, Sailor Shikiori, and it's Yuki Akari. But let's do, this pen is Jinhao 82 with a medium nib. It is shading so beautifully, this ink. Shikiori Yuki Akari. I just love writing with this pen. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with these pens. This particular one, 82. Let's get this one. Let's get a little bit of this ink. It is such a light ink. It is beautifully, I mean, it wants to read almost too light, but it's so cute and gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I love these. Can you tell I love writing with these pens? Alrighty. That is there. Let's now see if Mr. came in. Let's do a swatch. Yes, we came in. Alrighty. Before we do that, I'm going to, this is the one that I need to, this is one of my favorite inks ever. Organic Studios Nitrogen. Oh, I like shimmer inks, but not all shimmer inks, but this one, oh my goodness, I hope it lays down wonderfully. This is, like I said before, this is the Jinhao X450. This pen is just so heavy sitting in my hand. I hope it's not heavy on my Perlicue. Alrighty, and it's a medium nib, gray marble. I want to tell you about the gray marble in a minute. Oh, look at that. That is not the one. Oh, I messed up. I think I put this in it. Okay, I might change that halfway through when this runs out. I actually put in there the Ferris wheel press 3 steamboats. I think that's what I put in it. I thought I put nitrogen in it, but I didn't. This is the Jinhao X450 with a medium nib and inked up in, now I know, Ferris wheel press, 3 steamboats. Alrighty. It's a nice writer. Look at you. Where did I get all of that from? Oh my gosh. It's a beautiful writer. I love, I cannot get over how heavy this pen is. I guess because this pen is just like featherweight. This has no weight to it all, this Jinhao 82. And compared to this one, wow, it's like tipping the scale. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get a little bit of. Yeah, these two pen colors are just a bit too close for me. So I think I will be changing. Yeah, I think I will be changing it over to the Organic Studios Nitrogen. Surprise! The thing about this thing about this pen is when I saw it on Amazon, the picture is, I'm going to show the picture. The picture on Amazon had more white throughout it. It didn't have this much gray. And I know that it varies with the pen. You don't get exactly what the picture shows, but I thought it would have a little bit more of this part showing rather than mostly gray. And so, yeah, as I said before, I have this affinity for white pens, and the white with gray, you know, like this one, this beautiful marble color on this this 100, really pretty. And then I get this, and so I'm gonna have to start liking it. It's a nice writer. It retails for $9 USD. So there is that. I mean, I'm not gonna not write with it, but I really wanted this to be more of a less gray, more white, let's say. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Now, there is one more pen left that I did not, one more pen left that I was include the space for it here, and I will include it later. The other pen was a Jinhao X159. I do not have it with me, so I can't show you because I returned it to replace it. And I've got to show you something that happened with it. Anyway, here's what happened with it. So I wrote this with the Jinhao 159, and this I wrote with my Kakimori stainless steel nib. This is the color that the ink was, but this is how it came out. So what I did is I'm thinking, okay, I cleaned it out, I washed it all out, and I put in a different ink color in it, which I think is this one here, the 3 steamboats. And it happened again. I don't know if you can see that. This is the color I wrote with the pen, and this is the color it's supposed to be. I have never encountered a pen that does that. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it to write the color that it was supposed to be. So because it was an Amazon purchase, I returned it, and hopefully the pen that I get will not do this. If you've encountered this, leave a comment and tell me about it. Is there a name for this? This is how I found out about Baby's Bottom for my my Narwhal Horizon. I had to get that nib changed. Is there a name for this? What's happening there? Why is it coming out so light? I don't know. I don't know. It's actually confounding me. I want to know why. Anyway, there is that. This is the almost full lineup for October. So we have, I'm going to show you real quickly. We have the Jinhao 919 in the double raspberry. We have the 100, that's the Snow White pen, and it's inked up in the brandy. We have the Fude nib, other 100, that's inked up in Green Lady Shimmer, and I don't see, oh yeah, there's some of it there. I don't know if the camera's picking up on some of that shimmer that's somewhere in there. And it's a green shimmer that's in there, not a gold or a silver. Then we have the 8802. It's inked up in my favorite description for an ink, Detox. And then we have the Jinhao 82 with the Shaler Shikiori Yuki Akari. And I'm going to change one of these colors. It might be the Sailor. And anyway, we'll see. And then we have the Jinhao X450 There's a really nice writer, and it's inked up in 3 steamboats. So that's it. That's it for October currently ink. I really am going to enjoy writing with this. This was September, and to me, it was so dark. It was really dark, and I needed some light. So I went back to my light colors. Oh, I know what. I know what's wrong. The pen that I changed, it's inked up in Organic Studios Nitrogen. Duh. Alrighty, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you've encountered this at all before, because I want to know, what is that? As a new to the pen hobby, I'm still learning about stuff. And I want to thank, who is it? Sarah and Eve, a mother-daughter duo, for the iridium information. And so, yeah, if you have that information, let me know. Alrighty, take care. Goodbye.